Now let's talk about the part that really trips a lot of people up is, what do I make videos about? This is about how to play to your strengths and how to make sure that what it is that is your passion and what you are interested in is also something of value to your audience. There's sort of a balancing act that has to happen with your content. On the one side, you have your strengths, your interests, your passion, the thing that is your business, your niche, and the reason why you went into it, maybe your past and your struggles. Just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean that anybody else is. So you have to balance that with your audience, with the stuff that they value, and with the problems they have and the solutions that they want. And really what they want is they want education and inspiration. How do you do that? If we look to the old way of doing business, there was this idea that you found a market, found a problem that they had, came up with a solution for it, and presented the solution, and you sold it to them. What's your business model? Do people need what you have to offer? And blah, blah, blah. It was very them focused. You know, it leaned very heavily to the them side of things. If it was a brick and mortar type of business or mom and pop kind of store, nobody really cared if the business owner even liked it. It was just they noticed something. They were like, hey, I could make a business out of that. And they did. And maybe they just liked business. The way that we're doing business now as entrepreneurs, especially in Facebook land, is to really find a business model that is more authentic and something that you're passionate about. For some people, it leans too far to the other side, right? And this is what I call like the woo-woo business, where it's like it's all about your passion and it's all about your struggles and what you overcame and doing things that you love, and it's very you focused. There's always going to be a core group of people who are going to resonate with that perfectly, probably because they're just like you. And they're going to be like, oh, that's my story exactly, or I went through the same exact problems, or you're really speaking my language. That's great. And if there's enough of them that you can make a very profitable business out of it, then wonderful, you're done. You don't have to worry about it. But for most of us, there's not going to be. There's going to be a handful of them that are going to be fans. They might not even be customers. They might just be fans. And they're going to really be into what you talk about, but it's not going to be enough to have a sustainable business. So you need to do a combination of the two. You need to play to your strengths, and you need to play to the solutions that they need. A little bit of you and a little bit of them. So to play the two together, to sort of meld these two sides together, I like to start with myself and then sort of see, like, what do people need that I bring to the table. So let's say there's something that you want to talk about. You have this passion for this topic. You've picked a sub niche, or there's just there's something that you really have a lot to say about and something you can really teach about, but you don't want to just come right out and be like, hey, learn this, because you might get crickets. It might be something that you know that they need, but they might not be at a place where they know that they need it. You need to sort of get them there first before you can make them watch this video or make them learn this thing that you really want to talk about. So you can start by sort of softly asking around and maybe doing a post here or a quick live video about this topic and gauging how people are reacting to it. And if you're not getting the response that you want, it doesn't mean that they're not interested in that topic. Maybe they're not picking up on your language. Maybe they're not picking up on your energy about it. So maybe ask the question again with different words, with different language, with different from a different angle, with a different approach. I know this stuff. What do you want to know about it? You don't have to ask that directly, but you can sort of ask questions or sprinkle ideas, or just sort of like I like to call it just soft content, where it's just like it's just a post that you do, or maybe a quick live, and you're just putting the idea out there. When it does hit it, when you do say it in a way that resonates with people, then you know, okay, so this is what you want to know, and then you come out with the bigger piece of content where you've now led them from this soft idea to well, if you're interested in that, I'd like to show you this blog post or this download that I've created or this video. You lead them to that. And then the people who are interested in that, you could then lead them to a course or a service. The problem that a lot of us do sometimes is that we get very me focused. I'm an expert in this and I should know all about this. I'm gonna make a video series about this, or I'm gonna make a course about that. And you just go and you make it. And then you say, hey guys, guess what? I got this thing, you know, and everyone's like, oh, that's nice, I don't need that. You're like, what do you mean you don't want that? I know you need this. And you're probably right, because you know that it's important to them. You know your audience and you know their needs. Sometimes you know it better than they do. But if they're not putting two and two together, if they're not realizing the need that they have is fixed by this solution you've created, then, you know, everybody's missing. The cylinders aren't firing. Things aren't getting connected. I'll give you an example. There's a thing floating in the air. Your strength stems from your passion. It stems from the thing that you love. It stems from who you are, like everything that you are and why you are doing the thing that you do. But if all your content stemmed from that, then the people in your audience probably won't recognize their problems in your content. Now, if all of your content stemmed from their problems, then what happens is it's just very dry. There's not a lot of life to it. Are you having this problem? You know, it's like old fashioned commercials from the 80s and 90s and things like that. Hey guys, you have this problem? Try blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, nobody wants commercials anymore. And so the them focused videos is very commercially, but the you focused video can be a little ethereal and woo woo, and they don't get it because they don't speak that language. So it's your job to figure out what language fits in the middle. Hey guys, are you having this problem? Who's having this problem, right? And people are having this problem. Can you describe this problem to me? Yeah, it's this and it's this and it's this. And maybe do a poll and let them know, you know, and ask them like, well, what's the biggest part of this problem? Is it this or is it this or is it this or is it this? And they all say it's this, and somebody else adds another one, and then people jump on that one. Now you're getting the language from them. You're understanding that they call it this. They refer to it as that. The solution that they're looking for is described by this language. Now go make your content and use that language. Use that language and say, hey guys, remember when we were talking about this? I made a video about that. Would you like to see it? They're all going to go, yeah, I want to see that, because they recognize their own language. They recognize their own problems. They recognize the things that they told you were important to them, but you're now coming at it from a place of, well, guess what? I happen to have a passion for that. That happens to be something that I am so passionate about, and I can fix it, and I'm an expert in it. Would you like to learn about it? And they'd be like, yes, totally. Wow, I've been looking for somebody that can help me with that. Please, can you share that with me? That's how you play to your strength.